Uh, Hello. Today I'm doing an unexpected physical media update. I say unexpected because, like I said in the last video, I wasn't really planning on buying any more uh, physical media before Christmas. I was trying to save my money and, wait for the sales to get good deals on things. But I did buy a few cheap things, and there were also a few things I forgot to include in the last update. So that's why I'm doing this video today, to show them to you. So I'll start with the things that I bought. Uh, First, we have something I bought in the pound shop. So it was £2. Logan Lucky. I remember seeing the trailer for this. What year did it come out? 2017. So back in 2017, I saw the trailer for this, and I thought that looks really good. But I never got round to seeing it, and now yeah, I only paid £2 for it, so I guess it was worth waiting. I was kicking myself when I found out that there is a 4K of this. I didn't realise there was a 4K of this when I bought it. Had I known, I probably wouldn't have bought just the standard Blu-ray, but it was only £2, so it's not the end of the world, and this will still look good on my TV, so yeah. Looking forward to watching that. Next we have another film that I started a bit of the shrink wrap on. Another film that I thought looked interesting, like when it came out, but I never saw it. This one's from 2008 or 9 or something. Yeah, 2008. So 12 years it's taken me to get round to see this. I'm quite terrible with actually watching films that I'm interested in sometimes. We have Outland. This isn't the TV series. That's, I believe, BBC that does it. The one about the woman who goes back in time to, old-timey Scotland. This has nothing to do with that. It's a sci-fi film. Basically, it's like Jim Caviezel plays an astronaut who ends up in Viking times. And yeah, it's I always thought it would sounded quite cool. It's got Jim Caviezel, John Hurt, Ron Perlman, so some good actors in it. And yeah, again from the pound shop, so only £2. And I hope it'll live up to my expectations. Considering I've waited 12 years to see it, and I'm expecting a fun sci-fi film in that. Next, we have a film that a lot of people hate, and in fact, the lead actor, quite famously hated both making it and the finished product so much he actually retired from acting because he hated this film so much. And some of you have probably guessed what it is just hearing that. But I've always really liked this film. We have The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Now, I can see why other people don't like it. It's a very poor adaptation of the original comic by Alan Moore, which is a very good comic. I've only read the first volume, but it's very good. Apparently, after volume 2, they get a bit like, there's a debate of whether the ones after volume 2 are any good, but the first two are quite good. Can't vouch for number 2, but volume 1 was very good. And yeah, even as a standalone film, it does have some quite serious problems, mostly due to studio interference. But I think it's actually quite a decent adventure film. I find it quite entertaining. I think it's really interesting to see all these sort of famous literary characters teaming up and such. And there's some good action scenes, and Sean Connery, may he rest in peace. Although he hated this film, he's good at it, as he always was. Yeah, this is the Fabulous Films release. Originally, it was released on Blu-ray by 20th Century Fox, and that is now out of print in the UK, I believe. So Fabulous have bought the license for it, and they've released their own version. This version's actually better though, because the original Blu-ray only had the audio commentaries. It didn't have the other special features from the DVD, which this does. So it's got commentary by the costume designer, visual effects supervisor, the makeup effects supervisor, and the miniature creator. So a lot of the technical people. It's got another commentary by the producers and actors Shane West, Jason Fleming, and Tony Curran. And those were on the old Blu-ray, I think. And on this one, you have Assembling the League, which is a documentary, I think, deleted scenes, and theatrical trailer. There's actually more than one theatrical trailer, but the back of the box only mentions one. So yeah, if you're a fan of this film and you live in Region B land, because I think this is Region B locked, get this version because it has all the extras that were missing on the old Blu-ray. Next up, we have a film I just mentioned there, a film that I think is underrated, and now I'm gonna talk about a film that I think is a tad overrated. And to clarify, when I say it's overrated, I don't mean I think it's a bad film. I actually do like this film. I just don't like it as much as other people do. We have Monty Python's Life of Brian. Now, when I say I think it's overrated, I think the humour in it's quite hit and miss for me personally. Obviously, there's a lot of classic Python bits, like the stoning scene or what the Romans ever done for us. So all those classic bits that everyone always quotes. But I think most of the other jokes in the film fall flat. At least they do for me. Like things like the Eric Idle is the haggler and stuff. There's a lot of very, very unfunny jokes in this for me. And so I don't quite get this idea that it's one of the funniest films ever made. It's got some very funny scenes in it, but there's a lot of crap scenes in it too, in my opinion. Clearly, I'm in a minority about that, but yeah, that's just how I feel. But the world would be a boring place if we all had the same opinions on everything. So it's nice to have some variety, I think. Special features wise, this has it's got an all new hour-long revelation, the story of Brian from Monty Python. I guess that's a documentary. Original illustrated 110-minute recording of the Pythons of their early screenplay in progress. Commentary by Terry Gilliam, Eric Idle, and Terry Jones. Commentary by John Cleese and Michael Palin. Original radio ads by Mrs. Cleese, Mrs. Idle, Mrs. Gilliam, and Michael Palin's dentist. And deleted scenes. Very annoyingly, the old DVD I had, which is just the standard DVD, there was a documentary about the Pythons from like the time this was made. I think it was just called The Pythons. It was like a BBC documentary. It was a really interesting documentary, and it's not on this for some reason. Maybe licensing issues, but it's a shame that's not on. Yeah, because that was a very good special feature. But there's a lot of, there's obviously there's plenty of other ones on here, so it's not like. Again, it's not the end of the world. I forgot to mention the extras on Logan Lucky and Outlander. So Logan Lucky has deleted scenes. That's it. They're getting very lazy with special features on films now, I find. I mean, I don't watch them that often, but, it's just nice to have them. So it's kind of a shame you don't get them as much anymore. And Outlander has audio commentary, deleted scenes, visual effects tests, animatics, making of Outlander featurette, artwork galleries, and the trailer. So, better selection than Logan Lucky. And we just mentioned Life of Brian. We have, of course, another Python film, Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. This is actually my favourite Python film. The humour's quite hit and miss, like Life of Brian is for me. There are some jokes that aren't very funny. But I think the jokes that are funny in this are the best things the Pythons ever did. They're like some of the funniest things they ever did are in this film, so that's why it's my favourite. This is also a Fabulous Films release again. Universal put this out, and the UK version put out by Universal is out of print, and Fabulous have re-released it. It's exactly the same, pretty much. Like there was no, there's no, it's got the same special features and everything. It's pretty much the same disc, so you're not gaining or losing anything on this one. Other than you don't have to pay silly money for or to get for a second-hand copy or an import of the Universal disc. So on here we have hour-long Meaning of Monty Python 30th Anniversary Reunion. That's like a documentary about this. Eric Idle introduction, hilarious feature commentary with Terry Jones and Terry Gilliam. I guess they're going to get the other Pythons to do. commentary. We also lost Terry Jones this year, very sadly. Also, both him and Connery had dementia, which, very, very terrible disease, awful. Hope we're going to find a cure for that at some point, because it's a horrible, horrible disease. Yeah. 7 deleted scenes, selling the meaning of life, basically promotional material like trailers, radio spots, that sort of thing, plus song and dance featurette, alternate versions of songs, promotional material, and much more. Yeah, so, again, meaning of life, funny film, recommend that, and I recommend all the Python films, they're all very funny. Maybe not, and now for something completely different, because it's just sketches from the TV show, like, remade as a film. Like, you might as well, if you've seen the TV show, you don't really need to see that, because it's just, the same material. And last one I'll show in this update is House of Cards trilogy. This is the UK version of House of Cards, not the with Ian Richardson from like the 90s. I'm sure most of you are probably more familiar with the American version with Kevin Spacey from like the previous decade, 2010s. I've not seen that. I have seen this. Really like this. Really very, very good. If you like the American one, you should probably give this a go, because this is also... I've heard the American one is excellent, but so is this. I don't know, I only got Netflix recently, and even then, I suppose it was sort of some sort of out of nationalist thing of like, they're going to remake one of our best TV programs. Well, I'm not going to watch it. I'm just going to watch the English version, which is a pretty silly attitude to take, but I can be like that sometimes. Stars Ian Richardson as a Tory. I think he's meant to be they don't say which party it is, but I think he's probably a... No, they are Tories, yeah. Yeah, because... it's the Conservative Party, so he's a Conservative MP who's like sort of, much like Richard III, sort of scheming his way into, power. And so this has all three. It has House of Cards, To Play a King, the second one, and The Final Cut, which is the last, obviously, because it's a trilogy and there are 3, so the third one would be last, Phil. Yeah. And not many special features on this, just an audio commentary. Not sure if it's audio commentaries on all 3 or just the first one, just says audio commentary, but yeah. So definitely, if you like British, high quality British drama, give this a go. And if you've seen the American one, let me know what you think of it in the comments. Because, like I say, I haven't seen it. Wondering if I've seen this, do I need to see the American one? Because I imagine the stories probably be similar, just different setting, really. So I should probably read the books of those too, because there's a lot of differences in the House of Cards books. So it'd be interesting to compare them to the TV series. So that's the end of the update. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found my inane ramblings interesting. And the next, I swear, the next one won't be till after Christmas. So yeah, I'll see you in probably January or February time. So see you then. So long for now. Bye.